Greg Inglis, what a superstar he is and what a sight to be seen. Round 1, 2018 for the South Sydney Rabbitohs. It's great to have him back.
Right, it's just that presence, isn't it? When you're preparing all week and you know you're opposing Greg Inglis, it just gives you nightmares all week. It's terrific to see him back in the red and green.
Well, this is it for South Sydney and the Warriors. Their season begins now, a long way from home, and Tuivasa-Sheck with a little anxious, possibly nervous juggle from the kickoff. And the Warriors' possession 5 metres away from their own line. Yes, 9 straight losses to finish last year. It was so disappointing from Stephen Kearney's men. And now just outside their 20, Gaffett took that run. It is a new look forward pack with Harris, an addition, Blair in there. Young Papali'i starts in the forward pack for the first time. Isaac Luke, the former Rabbitoh, right across field. Almost to halfway. Rabbitohs' trial form was good. You've seen that on Fox League with their win against Wigan and Charity Shield win over the Dragons in Mudgee. And with the effort of the Dragons on Thursday night, that form reads well, doesn't it? So South Sydney's first use of the ball. Reynolds is back from a foot injury. Crichton with it there. Reynolds no trials pre-season. What a star set appearing it is as you look across the field and see Big Inglis on the left side, Dane Gagai on the right. This is Burgess, that's Thomas, 41 metres away from the Warriors line. On Fox League, our countdown clock this year takes you down to the halfway mark, so a little over 90 seconds have passed. It's certainly come to be a great aid in the close finishes we've had so far this weekend. Big kick from Reynolds, well diffused by Tuivasa-Sheck. In the shadows at that end.
Not the best start there from Adam Reynolds with his kicking game. Normally his best asset. It was a poor kick. Tuivasa-Sheck in good field position. And the Warriors have been let off the hook early.
Now Luke up for Harris. Potentially, you talk about your great signings for clubs this year. Harris may well develop as one of the very best signings for the season. Gaffett finished last year with a busted arm. Round 19 ended a pretty promising season. Papali'i there. What a thrill it is for him to be coming into this forward pack. Young fella. Now Lingy Sow with the ball on an angle. 35 metres away from the South Sydney line. Steady start from the Warriors. And up they go. Blair tipping it on. Floated over the top to big Ken Mamalo. He's possibly a little bigger than last year and taken over the sideline. Determined South Sydney defence. Richard Kennar in there. Pretty good start from both teams here.
Both sides toing and froing early. The Warriors with the first real attacking opportunity, and Blake Green, he rolled the dice. A long cutout pass out to Mamalo, but it was great defence from the South Sydney side. Dane Gagai coming in and assisting Kennar. So too Reynolds. And some great defence there from the South Sydney Rabbitohs in the opening exchanges.
Okay, heads in now. Head in now, Roger.
Actually, the 32nd meeting of these two clubs, and the Warriors hold the advantage. They have won 18 times, but the Rabbitohs are on a 6-game winning streak against their opponents heading into today. And up for Nichols. 29 games for the Storm last year, averaged 19 minutes a game in those appearances. Penalty goes the way for South Sydney, and that will take them inside Warriors territory.
See there, Damien Cook looking to get out of dummy half. We've spoken about the success that he's had through the trial period. Haven't seen support around the ruck for South Sydney since Isaac Luke was at his best in 2014. Keep an eye on that around the ruck of the South Sydney side.
There's plenty of enterprise from the South Sydney attack in their last hit out up in Mudgee. They were dangerous left and right side of the field. Their first tries came up on the right on Richard Kennar's side, and they're lined up that way right now. And across they come. Already Johnston's into the line. He's an exciting proposition with a one on his back. You've got Dane Gagai there on the right-hand side, and now another penalty to the Rabbitohs. This is going to test the Warriors. Now for Reynolds. Cross, Cook in for Burgess. Pokes his nose through to within 5 of the line. Cook looked upright, went left for Reynolds, and Walker. Johnson gets up. Solid defence there. Hiku was the other defender. Now Sam Burgess with his brother Thomas at his side. Underneath the crossbar here at Optus Stadium. Cook back for Reynolds. Green rushed up, the gap is there, and the Rabbitohs to Avasa-Sheck. What a tackle on Johnston. Follow me, says the captain. That is sensational.
Unbelievable to Avasa-Sheck. This tackle on Johnston, who looked like he was scoring for all money. It was great work, lead-up work from Reynolds. The pass out the back, the defence rushes up. Johnson takes it on. Watch this from Tuivasa-Sheck, one-on-one. Gets his hand and his body over the football. Powerful stop, unbelievable.
Watch the emotion here from Roger Tuivasa-Sheck and his teammates rallying around him.
Boys, it's only game 5 of the year. By the time we get to game 201, which is the grand final, that may still be the try-saver of the season. What a tackle. And against one of the best finishers in the game. So morale boosting for the Warriors. And the captain Tuivasa-Sheck on a little shimmy out of dummy half. Now Luke back for Liggy Sow, rewarded for some hard work in the off-season. Green's going to look for a 40-20. Not quite the distance, but does take it over the sideline. We will go down to the sideline. Andy Raymond.
And a real swirling wind inside this wonderful new stadium, Vossi, but predominantly it is behind the Warriors for the first 40 minutes. The kicks into the air are going to be difficult, not only for the kicker, but for the receiver. The back three are going to have their work cut out. And speaking to all 4 sides and the kickers from all 4 sides today, in their practice runs here over the course of the last couple of days, all 4 sides and kickers commented just how hard and how fast this pitch is. Very difficult, almost cricket pitch conditions in the middle.
Well, that's been the only sport played here at Optus Stadium, cricket. And of course, the women's AFL has been here. They like a hard service, both those sports. South Sydney 5 metres inside their own half. And across for Sam Burgess with a little step off the left there. Just causing a problem for Gavitt. Able to wrap him up. So far so good for the Warriors defence. South Sydney will attack left. They are rushing up on the edge, right and left side, the Warriors. Now back for Nichols. It's a big forward pack when you put all 3 Burgess boys in there and add this bloke Nichols to it.
This tackle penalty, that'll hurt. South Sydney now camped right inside the Warriors, and in this heat, Rabbitohs right on the attack.
And Reynolds across for Thomas Burgess. Scored a brilliant runaway try during the World Cup for England against Lebanon. Now Sam delivers short. Nichols was there. Warriors again, goal line defence tested. They will do extremely well to hang on. Walker across. Inglis in from the wing was Fusatua. Well read by the Warriors right winger. Now Sutton back for Walker. Steadies it up for Sam Burgess. 11 from the line. Cook goes back short side. Jinking his way to within half a metre of the line. And that is tackle number 5. Slow play, the ball comes for Walker. Again they go left. The Harbour Bridge pass out to Jennings. Headed back infield. South Sydney have broken the Warriors' defence. Walker is there on the last tackle. back-to-back sets. The reward is there for the red and green.
And this is a beautiful pass from Robert Jennings, stepping back in the inside off his left foot. Good support play from Cody Walker. What a player he is, and the long pass out wide. And watch this, left foot, still plenty of work to do. Pass over the top, good hands from Walker. Great try from the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Perfect start.
Braith, when we talk about there's so much structure in the game, Cody Walker, he just reads rugby league beautifully. He's recognised early on, look, that the Warriors are jamming. Fisatua jams in there, gets it out there to Jennings, who skips back in field. His awareness, his instinctiveness, what a player.
28 years of age, a man that has worked with Matt Johns during the off-season. Matty did some work with the Rabbitohs halves. Souths have their first try for the season. Yes, 29.5 minutes remaining in this first half here on Fox League, Game 2 of Super Saturday.
You mentioned it there, Mick. The recognition there from Cody Walker that the edges from the Warriors, they are jamming in so hard to start this match. They nearly got caught out with Johnston, but Tuivasa-Sheck come up with a big tackle. It's okay to jam if you're working in unison and as one. So there's a lot of pressure on the edges at the moment for the Warriors.
Kicking, starting the year with 997 career points, looking to join Sims and Purcell. Bernie Purcell, Eric Sims as the only men to score 1,000 points for this great club, and now Reynolds is just one away. 6-0, Gaz on the sideline.
The instinct of that man right there, Cody Walker. Braith mentioned it, brilliant last 2 seasons. Picked up where he left off. Just such good anticipation, and his timing is second to none. South Sydney, by their trial form, quite conservative in their approach. Not as much ball movement from the back of the field. I think that'll evolve as the Warriors start to get tired. Spoke to both clubs since Tuesday. They've spreaded the gospel of rugby league and gone out to many schools and many junior clubs, so well done.
Luke gets us into the next passage of play, and South Sydney with Nichols, who'd be happy with his start. Former Raider and Storm player Mark Nichols. Now for Crichton. Back as far as the 30. I know that Sam Burgess was the George Piggins medal winner, and here he is at South last year, but Angus Crichton won the Players' Player. So good was he. And another penalty goes the way of the Rabbitohs.
And this is reward. Angus Crichton first, Sam Burgess second, rolling that ruck in this heat up against the Warriors forwards as they start to deteriorate. And Cook, as we've seen over the trial period, electric out of dummy half.
Well, in a moment, it will be 70% possession to South Sydney in this opening 12 minutes of play. 28 to go on the Fox League game clock in this first half. And South Sydney on top, leading 6-0. Kennar for Reynolds. And Cook on for Walker. Nice and slick for Sutton. Right across for Johnston. Got away from Hiku. Dancing across the 20. Burgess is the straight runner. And we say it again. The Warriors defence under pressure. Cook takes off. Straight at a dummy half. Takes on 3 defenders and the goalpost padding as well. He is so quick. South Sydney quick to set up right-hand side. They move up and in, but maintain the rage. The Rabbitohs here. You feel a second try is just a matter of time. Reynolds and Walker. Sam Burgess back for... Oh, Crichton's lost the ball.
Go 10, mate. Yeah.
And it just fell into the lap of Gavitt right there.
Well, that's the first time South Sydney have pushed the pass when they didn't need to. It was a hard pass there from Semi Burgess, but it's been a fast start. Cook out of dummy half has been electric.
And now Luke doing some dummy half running of his own. Back to the 30-metre line. Warriors were winners in round 1 last year against Newcastle. This is Mamalo with a run. David Fisatua scored a hat-trick at centre in that game back in round 1 last year. Hat-trick had come in handy today from their highest try scorer last year. Now Lingy's out. Back up to halfway. On the Edge of the cricket pitch square there. Johnson away down the right. South stood back. Hiku with it. From Penrith via Warrington to the Warriors, the club that he started at in the under-20s. And a high kick out towards the wing of Kennar. The Warriors with Qatar. Quick hands and Bunty a forward. Blink and you'll miss that. Quick hands after the bomb take.
Yeah, okay with the contact.
We'll just go off to the bunker to check it, but
Okay, I got tackle 6. I'll have a try.
Bunty a
Please
forward.
confirm grounding.
May have it. And only want to check grounding.
Well, it's a terrific,
We've cleared the
well-weighted
Warriors
kick.
onside chase, going to contest. Contest is clean. Moving to grounding.
I should
Question
say,
mark over the pass.
Papali'i, my apologies, of course, the moment for this young fella with his second try in first grade, if he gets it down. What do you reckon, fellas?
He looks like he's got it down. There was a hint there that it may have come loose, but I think he scored the try, Papali'i.
I've got huge question marks over the pass from Solomone Qatar.
Well, they can't take this away from him from what we can see so far.
We
Qatar,
can
what
see
about the
Isaiah
take from
Papali
Qatar?
maintains control of the ball and grounds in the end goal. We have a decision.
They're all sweet with it
This
for
will be a
Isaiah
try.
Papali'i. But your Foa fans are getting excited. And young Isaiah has his second try in first grade. The first time he has been in the starting side. Just game number 6. And what a strike back from the Warriors. A lot of character shown in that.
Well, so often, Braith, we see when that high ball goes up these days, they allow the defence to catch the ball and they're just happy to make the tackle. Not Solomone Qatar there. Terrific take, flying above Kennar. I've got question marks over the pass, but it's play on beautiful hands from Blair. And Papali'i, what a try for the young man.
Qatar not normally a strike weapon from the kick. He's one of the smaller outside backs in the competition. They've got those big catches on the wings, the Warriors, but gee, Qatar got the job done there. And over to Johnson to try and lock up the scores now. 18 in from touch and 19 metres out. And the Warriors will be feeling good about themselves right now. It's 6-all, 24.5 minutes to go in this first half.
We've only seen 16 minutes of the Warriors in the new season, but the first thing to hit both Mark Gasnier and I on the sideline is just how lean this football side looks physically compared to other years, Gaz.
Typified by Isaac Luke. It's probably the most slender I've seen him since his days at South Sydney. So really good signs, but we'll see closer to the 80th minute mark.
Time on.
6-all scoreline. Game 2 of Super Saturday right here on Fox League. And the Premiers, the Storm against the Bulldogs still to come.
Always Sam. Hold. Go one.
I reckon by the end of play today they will have counted maybe as many as 40,000 through the turnstiles. For the first league at this stadium. Now Gabbett with the ball. Almost back as far as the 40. Hair everywhere as he rushed up, striking James Gabbett.
They're well and truly back into the ball game here, the Warriors. After that try, at one stage they only had 30% possession. They've turned that around. They've regained ascendancy. They are on the attack, and the pressure is well and truly on the Rabbitohs.
Qatar from the restart. This is a good set of 6 for them. 25 metres away from the South Sydney line. Let's see what work has been done on the training field in attack for the Warriors in the off-season. Blair with a play the ball, and Luke up for Sau. He's managing to make some metres post-contact so far, Sau, for the Warriors here. Luke takes them up right side. Johnson right up to the line, and the Warriors with Fuzzatur in the corner. Well, that's what they've been working on in the off-season. It's impressive. from Stephen Kearney's men.
And this is a brilliant pass from Tohu Harris. Over on this right-hand side, he's come from the Melbourne Storm and he has produced already. Sean Johnson goes right to the line. Watch this quick hands from Harris. That's tough. Beautiful pass. Fusatua scores in the corner. First opportunity for the Warriors down this end of the field with ball in hand. And they come up with a try.
The play from Sean Johnson there, we see him skip outside to Cody Walker. That allows Greg Inglis, he has to come in on Peter Hiku. And as you mentioned, Braith, the skill and the ball playing ability there of Tohu Harris, superb.
Typical finish from David Fusatua, one-handed, reach out, dive and score. Young man who scored a hat-trick for Tonga that second half, that amazing day against New Zealand at the World Cup.
He can score a try, Vossi. Great athleticism. And already we see the impact that a ball-playing back rower, a skillful, talented back rower like Tohu Harris can have on this side.
If you saw the Warriors pre-season documentary on Fox League, Tohu Harris spoke about it was a big move for the family, to, even though he's going back to the homeland, to leave Melbourne. They loved Melbourne. They loved living there. But one of the reasons was he wanted to challenge himself. He wanted to go to a club where he could be a leader. As I say, I think potential to be one of the signings of the season. Tohu Harris and Johnson's kick. Sean Johnson unsuccessful for 10-6 to the Warriors. Again, we highlight the clock on Fox League. We have 30 seconds off after conversions, but we count down to half-time, we count down to full-time. And as I said earlier, it's come in so handy with that close finish Tigers-Roosters today. Golden Point last night, Newcastle and Manly. So 21:42 remaining on the clock.
Some relief on that man's face there, Stephen Kearney. One of his greatest strengths was recognising what Gaz touched on before. The Warriors, notably last year, just physically weren't there. He brought Alex Corvo to the club. And he's...
Back it up.
As we see timeout called here with James Gabbett. Really pleasing start here from Stephen Kearney's men in the opening 20 minutes of this contest.
Now with that hit up, big enough to play in the back row. Blair cross with Sal. So it's the lovely blend of younger forwards and experienced ones when you look at them on paper. The Warriors this year now for Blair. He's 266 first grade games to the Warriors. Now to Avasashek. Johnson will kick from inside his own half. Right to the corner. Johnston with a bit of a step and a bit of a fend, but no ground made. And South Sydney, a bit of work to do here, having led by 6 and looking good with ball in hand, now find themselves down by 4.
You know, I will say about the Warriors, is they've come here and Braith, we spoke about their edges wedging earlier, but when they've got the football, they're finding their points in attack. I mentioned that man Stephen Kearney before. They trust in his game plan. They are executing here at the moment.
Saw Greg Inglis just slip on the previous play. Now Burgess up to the centre of the ground. You don't get grounds like this in the north of England. Spiraling kick downfield. That wouldn't be easy. And then look at the bounce, turned at right angles. Tuivasa-Sheck has gone head first into the paddock. He's had an eventful first half, Roger.
Well, that's a game changer too. All the running was with the Warriors. All of a sudden, a kick there from Reynolds. Offload now to Avasashek. Footwork.
It's a fair recovery.
Well, he got taken out by the post.
And Warriors counter. Qatar couldn't handle that one. Papali'i back for the loose ball. Good scramble by the young Warriors back rower. With it. Back over the 40. They've recovered well in this set, the Warriors. Up to tackle 4. And a green little show inside and outside for Johnson. I think you're seeing the pressure that Green takes off Johnson right here, just in the first 21 minutes of the game. There is Green with his kick.
First interchange there for Stephen Kearney and the Warriors. James Gavet off, Bunty Afoa on in 17.
Another set for South Sydney starts in their first half. They are 3-0 against the Warriors here in Perth. It's been a good trip for them. Now Cook. That's previous to this one.
Oh, yeah, that one there from Tohu Harris. He's come in. Dangerous contact to the legs there of Cook. And the referee's all over it. Andrew, you made a great point. Shaun Johnson running the football in that last set of 6. And Blake Green's awareness to come the short side, recognise it was the last tackle. There we see Tohu Harris spearing at the legs there of Damien Cook. Greg Inglis in there, letting him know that that's not acceptable. And now South Sydney with a great attacking opportunity.
5-1 penalty count to Anthony Seibold's team. And across for Cook, centre ground for Reynolds, short there for Crichton to take the hit up. 15 metres away from the Warriors line. A line that has been broken just once. It took some pretty nifty work on the Rabbitohs left side to do it. Cook again for Walker. Burgess has been solid. George to come into the game off the bench. Thomas was the man playing it now for Sam. A little spin close to the line. They managed to slow the ball down. Sow over the top. Cook back for Reynolds. Reynolds over the top. Just tipped on. And Richard Kenner. Oh, there's been some terrific finishing in this game. Is this the benchmark for the season? That's how we roll on Fox League. How good is this?
What a quality start here in Perth, Optus Stadium. And both sides have been brilliant. This pass from Reynolds, it's a long pass, but again, left-hand edge of the Warriors, they jam. They come out of the line, they make the wrong decision. Quick hands, beautiful hands on the outside from Dane Gagai. That is the difference. Watch this pass, taps it on, under pressure. And that is spot on. Not a bad finish either.
No, his trial form was sensational, Kenner. Hailed from Melbourne, spent some time at the Bulldogs, really establishing himself now at the South Sydney side. But it was Adam Reynolds, the defensive line. He looks rejuvenated. He gets right up here up the stadium with the
for Adam Reynolds. This shot earlier, the great 1 points for this club. Bernie Purcell 126. And Reynolds on 999, one of the best of the current crop. And there's some good ones in the competition. 15.5 to go at 10-all. For the Rabbitohs to go in front by 2, right to left, a little bit too much from Reynolds. 10-all scoreline.
And this is why South Sydney fans should get excited. The class of that man on screen, Dane Gagai. But over on the other side, you've got a bloke called Greg Inglis that hasn't really been so dominant yet. I mentioned it throughout the trials. It's the most potent, balanced South Sydney team we have seen for a very, very long time. And when Adam Reynolds, Cody Walker settle in, because there's a lot more lateral movement, they are going to be so dangerous.
Well, we don't expect Greg Inglis to play at centre all season, but this is one of the great club centre pairings, to have Inglis on one side, Gagai on the other. Burgess on the run back. So George now on. And into the action. Sentence outside there, 20. And Crichton strong. Back to Centre of the ground, but in a couple of tackles. They're only 15 metres inside their own half, and we're inside the final 15 of the first half. Cross for Sutton.
It's just working here.
Yet another penalty to the Rabbitohs. This is going to hurt.
Well, it is. Possession is everything. The ball is like gold at the moment. Whoever controls the ball is dominating the game. And again here, 6 penalties to the South Sydney Rabbitohs to 1. Scary times, dangerous times, anxious times for the Warriors here. They must defend this set.
Walker across to Cook. He plays a lot of ball playing in the centre of the ground. It's almost like having 3 halves when Cook gets out of the dummy half position. 19 away from the Warriors line. I believe he lost the headgear in the previous tackle. Burgess attracts 3 defenders.
Jeez, he's been good, Sam Burgess.
And here goes another penalty.
Roger.
7-1 the penalty count.
Around the ruck, so you blokes have got to be way quicker. Leave the ball here, please.
Developing into a monster count against the Warriors here. And at 10-all, I think they're going to make a presentation for Reynolds to get to 1,000. Maybe not. It was certainly a debate between sideline and on ground. They take the tap with Cook. You'd call that the slow quick tap. Burgess 5 metres away from the Warriors line. Now for Cook. This is Reynolds. Sutton quick hands and put down by Johnston. And knock on is the call. So crisp until it got to the Rabbitohs number 1.
Well, this was a play here from the South Sydney Rabbitohs, knowing that the Warriors were going to come up and jam. Sutton tries to turn the ball back, which will give them space on the outside, but the execution lets him down. You'll see he turns around. They do jam on the edge. If they get the pass around, it's a 2-on-1 on the edge for Johnston, but he comes up with an error.
Warriors defence last year, 19 times they conceded 20 points or more in a match. If they go to half-time on those raw stats of possession and the penalty count that they've conceded and only have 2 tries against them, I think they'll feel pretty good about it. Almost back to the 30 and some pretty rugged defence there by Sutton and by Walker. Now Tohu Harris. Sam Burgess, Cook and Sutton all there. Off goes Isaac Luke. Isaac Luke right up the centre. Went right down the pitch. Would have knocked over the stumps. He's 40 metres away from the Rabbitohs line. Time for the Warriors to put a bit of heat on. Green across to Papali'i. The contact of the defence. Last tackle Warriors. Johnson, he can kick it as high as anyone in the comp. He's put the kick out towards Jennings. Jennings has got it. And the young winger does well to stay in advance of the goal line.
Been really impressed in the opening 40 minutes from the Warriors with their ability, when under fatigue and under pressure, just to tuck the ball under their arm, get down the other end, get to their kick. Brilliant run in that previous set from Isaac Luke. Great to see the Warriors number 9 back happy and attacking and running out of dummy half.
It is quite the showdown. Luke v Cook here. South Sydney real intent about this set. They have come off their own goal line after the Jennings take. And on tackle 5, they're inside the Warriors half and running it. Sutton off for GI. Inglis with it. Knows it's the last tackle. Reefs it across field. It's a little long. And Ken Momalo with the ball for the Warriors. And look at the stride on Ken. He went from the first step to the 10th step in one big stride. And the Warriors in possession. 28 away from their own line as we get down to 10 minutes remaining in the first half here on Fox League.
And what a first 30 minutes it's been. Penalty here.
No, you got Adam.
Don't talk to him.
The Warriors will be loving this. Now 7-2, the penalty count. A bit of pressure release, but a great first 30 minutes. Both sides going toe-to-toe. Now the opportunity for the Warriors to get back on the board.
And Papali'i with that run. Fearless performer in this first half. Green and Pulu with it, the former Titan, but Auckland born. Here is Luke. And now Bunty Ufoa, the Warriors Rookie of the Year last season, 15 from the line. Quick play the ball. This is promising. This is more than promising. Sam Lasone.
Tackle 4.
He may have got his first try in the National Rugby League.
Please confirm.
64 games in.
Okay. No try. The referee is saying no try. I believe Reynolds may make a poor decision. Well, he's on the outside shoulder. Does he receive this ball on the outside of Papali'i? Here's the pass. This is close.
Okay, we're going to clearing the catch. It's caught beyond the inside shoulder. Moving forward to see if the player's been obstructed.
Well, I believe Reynolds commits.
Absolutely, he does.
He turns his shoulder in and commits. He's gone. He's beaten by the pass. It's a beautiful pass from Green to Lasone. But the on-field referee has said no try.
Okay, Adam Reynolds has made a defensive decision to take the lead runner.
Excellent.
So
Excellent.
we're playing on.
Excellent decision, video ref.
Young Sam's got his first, folks. 64 games
And the
into
ball's
his
been grounded in the
career.
in goal. We have decision.
And the Warriors not only displaying skill this afternoon, but a real toughness. And they're about to hit the front by 4 and possibly 6.
Well, that man there, Lasone, he goes untouched. It's a beautiful play here. Watch Blake Green here. The two defenders hide each other, isolate Adam Reynolds one-on-one, and as the pass unfolds, Lasone drifts to the outside shoulder of Adam Reynolds. Dane Gagai rushed up, presented a huge hole, and Lasone accelerated. What a try for young Sam Lasone. Superb play, Blake Green. Beautifully orchestrated.
20-5 in the afternoon, local time here in Perth. You're watching the action from Optus Stadium. It is the longest road trip in the competition. Road trip I use as loosely.
A long drive.
It would be quite a wet drive, wouldn't it, for the Warriors? But
you can drive. I'm getting the plane.
they're 0-9. They have led games by 18 over here in the West, you know, boys, and been beaten. Johnson has got another one. 16-10. 8 minutes to go here in the first half.
We all spoke pre-game about the importance of Blake Green. Well, before the first Satua try, he'd had 3 touches in the lead-up. Gave Shaun Johnson the ball when he wanted it. He touched the ball 3 times again before the Lasone try. We spoke about that control. Shaun Johnson has actually sat out on that right-hand side and just picked his moments. He's looked at Blake Green, just put his hand up when he wants the football. It just looks such a better balanced team when Shaun Johnson doesn't have to worry about the game plan as much.
Every game live and ad-free right here on Fox League. The kickoff was deep. And here comes the try scorer. His heart's just about beating out of his chest after that magic 4-point moment for him. He'd run through a couple of brick walls for you if you wanted. Do a bit of demolition work. Now, Bunty Ufoa, he hasn't had a haircut in the off-season, has he? Back to the 20. Now Tohu Harris. This is good. Warriors direct attack.
He's been good, Harris.
Put his way from A to B. Apulu runs across field, almost to halfway. Luke and Green, they're finishing the half strongly here. The Warriors, and Papali'i puts it down. Whether it was intended to be a pass or not, I'm not sure. But the result is the same for South Sydney. And Reynolds is hurt.
He may have been collected high here, Bossy, by Solomone Carter. Picks up the ball. Carter comes from the blind side and just nails him. He's not too well, the South Sydney halfback.
Okay, here we go.
See here, Washka. Carter. Didn't miss him, that's for sure.
We like to be the leaders in innovation in rugby league here on Fox League, and I know that you as fans are getting used to the time clock, but I think this is where it really comes into play. We're inside the final 7 now of the first half. And I'm sure there's some boys out there looking up at the clock right at the moment. Feeling the heat here in Perth. Ground a little over half in shade now. But first hit out, this has been a good one for both teams. Reynolds, they sweep to the right. Johnston into the line. He's got some moves, hasn't he, Alex? 22 metres away. They're ready to rock and roll again with George Burgess this time. He's 12 metres away. They may go to Inglis's side this time, the Bunnies.
Numbers left.
Here they come. Reynolds decides to straighten up. When young Tavita Totola was there, we were certain they were going to sweep across to the left.
There were huge numbers out to the left. You mentioned it, Vossi, in the call. Greg Inglis wanted the ball, but it was good signs to see Reynolds take on the line, look back on the inside, play square, play direct, looking dangerous.
And the Warriors pick up only their third penalty, leading by 6.
The resiliency the Warriors are showing on their try line. Big tackle from Lavaha Pulu. It was sensational. An absolute try saver. Now the Warriors get a penalty, and again get an easy exit from their half.
Green up for Harris. Pulu, good pick up from the Titans. Likewise, Ignatius Parsi, who we're not seeing in the 17 here today for the Warriors. They're good players. Diafor with that one. Good leg drive to get him over halfway as well. Green with it. In fact, I would say, as just a general observation, the impact of Alex Corvo, the strength and conditioning coach of the Warriors, you can see it. They look stronger.
Enormous.
The Warriors. Johnson shows it inside. This is where he's so dangerous. He was almost through the last line. Green with the ball. Across for Pulu. Trying to offload. Oh, he has offloaded. Play on for Luke. He could get a double, could he? Sam Lasone taken down by the Rabbitohs defence. Last tackle. 4 minutes remain first half. Luke with it off the outside of the boot. And it'll be a line drop out for South Sydney.
Great play. Beautiful play there. Didn't have a lot of runners or support with him. Beautifully weighted kick from Isaac Luke. See here, Lavaha Pulu. Just when you think the Warriors are playing disciplined football, he squeezes one through the legs. Isaac Luke, to his credit, reacted. So too Lasone. And on the back of it, they've got themselves a repeat set. And a try here, boys, would be timely for Steve Kearney's men.
16-10. Line drop out with Greg Inglis. Here come the Warriors again. Sam rips back into them. Sam Lasone.
What an impact he's had off the bench.
Well, the 3 bench players so far have been good. This is one of them, Afoa. Pulu the other for the Warriors. 19 metres away from the line. Now 3 minutes remaining in this first half. Count down the clock for Green to straighten them up. That doesn't find the mark. The Rabbitohs will counter. Crichton has the ball. And the pressure off the Bunnies, but there's a few of them down on their haunches at the moment.
Oh, they're tired. They were vulnerable. And Blake Green, we've been all praised for him in his game so far in this first half, but that was a mistake. It was the second tackle. Rabbitohs under the pump, and he's letting them off the hook.
Yeah, after the turnover, both John Sutton and Sam Burgess went down, and the trainer has been out to both of those forwards. Sam, magical ball from Sam Burgess. He channels Arthur Beetson with that.
Let go, Sean!
Great skills. 40 metres away from the Warriors line. Back with Totola now.
Let go there, buddy. Back here. Home. Go forward.
The Rabbitohs and Reynolds and Crichton. Back centre field away from Lasone. Cook for Burgess. This is George. Oh, he's trampled Johnson.
If they go left again here, they got numbers.
Last play, 10 metres out. This is Walker. Tried the dab kick, not played out the call. Play on. It'll be a try to Jennings.
Forward pass.
Oh, they've got forward pass. Have they at the finish? I heard a play on from one referee. John Sutton can't believe it.
What about that play in that set of 6 from Sam Burgess? This is the short kick from Walker. Ricochets off back into the hands of Cody. Walker gets a miracle pass as he's falling.
Well, what do you think, Mick?
I think it's a try.
That's a tough call. And right in front of the touch judge.
He thinks so as well.
I thought it was ever in doubt to the naked eye, but there you have it. Jennings denied, the Rabbitohs denied. And inside the final 60 seconds of the first half we go with some controversy. Welcome back to the Rugby League season. Controversy and Rugby League, they go hand in hand. 6 points the difference.
Speaking of that, controversy corner. Monday nights, Andrew, it's back in the big league rap. It's your genre.
Thank you, Mick.
What are you saying, Mick?
Oh, let's see, he was a colossal figure in my life as a young fella. Here's Green. Oh, Green. Almost lost it, last tackle. What about a long-range field goal? Sean Johnson, is he thinking that? He's not. He's going to run, he's going to jick. Jicks and runs better. Johnson keeps it alive. Fusatura off his ankles and has gone over to score, has he? The Warriors of old. Few teams could entertain like them early 2000s. With a halftime siren sounding, Sean Johnson. Stick the field goal in your pipe and smoke it, I'll go for 4.
Well, this is sublime work from Magic Johnson on this occasion. The footwork, fleet-footed. Sean Johnson, there is none better. Have a look at it. Admire it. Inspired by this. Incredible. So fast, the pass at speed and the pickup. Fusatua. No better finish.
Watch the footwork here of Sean Johnson. Turns Damien Cook absolutely inside out, bamboozles him, and then sums it up, falling. A lofted pass, and as you mentioned, break the pickup. Fusatua, first class. Steve Kearney. Ooh. They go into the break with all the momentum, the Warriors.
What about the swing boards? The Jennings, no try. I think you're thinking Warriors queue in the rack, happy to lead by 6 going to the break. Now they could lead by 12.
Well, both sides have been going toe-to-toe. When one gets on top, the other one strikes back. The Bunnies were able to do that. They had a horrible call down the other end of the field. But to the Warriors' credit, they have capitalised off the back of that opportunity. But it was a huge call. And we'll talk about it at half-time, but it was huge.
You see the Warriors here coming together, taking some deep breaths. In the stroke of half-time, there's some real emotion in this game for the New Zealand Warriors. Their bench has been out of their suits at every occasion. Their players together are rallying in the middle of the field. And Johnson with a chance to go 22 points to 10 at the break.
Told me his brother reckons after he does something brilliant, Sean doesn't land the goal. That's a challenge that he has every time. And there is Johnson, and there you have it. He hits the post. A little bit of a family feud continues for Sean Johnson. And work to do for South Sydney.
Yeah, plenty of work to do here for the Bunnies in the second half. Alex Johnson will need to be heavily involved. Not too many opportunities in that first half. As you can see there, 7 runs, 1 line break. Nearly scored that try in the right-hand corner, only for Tuivasa-Sheck to hold him up. So he's had some quality touches, but a big next 40 minutes ahead for him.
Great shots from ground level. You had a sweeping view of Optus Stadium. It is like a smaller version of the MCG, and it's a big crowd here across the different tiers. The crowds for round one have been great. Might get up to 40,000 here. So underway, second half. Warriors lead by 10. Oh, and there's a juggle for Burgess. Anthony Seibold has almost fallen off his chair back in the coach's box. And that could have been disastrous for the Bunnies. So ground now 3/4 in shade for the second half. Just past 5 o'clock local time on a Saturday afternoon. Another juggle from the Rabbitohs. What have they been working on at half-time? Now Cook to the right with Reynolds, Crichton. I think by and large Damien Cook has been well contained by the Warriors defence today. One of the stars of the pre-season. Sam Burgess, and there's a third juggle in the set from South Sydney. Extraordinary stuff. 40 away from the line. And Reynolds kicking, still a little bit of sun for outside men to have to handle. But all over it there. And Qatar. The Warriors 15 away from their own half to Abasashek. He will figure in the highlights package from this game, no matter what the result. A try-saving tackle in the first half on Johnston. About as good as it gets. Umalo back to the 40. And with Hiku now to halfway. And they're doing everything right in their first set of the second half. Last tackle for them. And Luke has to throw wide for Green. It's a high one for the Bunnies, for Richard Kennard. And safe enough under that ball. And into the Qatar tackle.
Well, again, the heat playing a factor. South Sydney already struggling to get onside. Really looking forward to the injection of Cameron Murray into the side. Hope that moves Sam Burgess out onto an edge. I think that's where he plays his best football, and I think it's something that South Sydney may need here this evening.
Zola to the 40. There's plenty of him. And we saw in the Charity Shield he's got an offload in him as well. So keep an eye on the young man wearing the 17 for South Sydney. Now away to Reynolds. Under pressure there. Got the kick in. Pulu was right up in his face. And Mamalo has lost it. The toss for the next game of the doubleheader. Live pictures here at Optus Stadium with Cameron Smith and Josh Jackson. Big one for the Dean Pay coached Bulldogs against the Premiers first up.
Look at the arms on Josh Jackson. Boy, oh boy, has he done some work over the summer.
He had to win the toss with those arms, didn't he? Cannons on him.
Scruth.
He was never losing that.
Braithen Astor tapping me there, saying that's what I looked like 4 years ago.
The good old days. Got the dad bod these days, Mick.
Here.
So
Come on, Vossi, chime in.
South Sydney have it after the Mamalo drop ball. It's a big set for the Bunnies. After conceding that try right on half-time. They trail by 10. Totola with it. Pulu has him over the top. 9 away from the line. Cook keeps them guessing, and then the ball is lost by Burgess. He thought it was stripped, and the Warriors come away with it.
Yeah, error there from Sam Burgess. Early on in the tackle count, first opportunity to put points on the board in the second half, which they need to do. Not timely at all.
It's quite extraordinary, fellas. The stats inside opponents 20. South Sydney have had 25 tackles to the Warriors 5, yet the Warriors have scored 4 tries to 2. Defies the logic of that stat. Warriors with it outside their 40. Johnson across to Green. Now a foul with it. Papali'i on his outside. No offload coming. Crichton and Reynolds there, and now Papali'i has his opportunity. Good run for 20 metres. This is what I'm talking about, the strength of the Warriors, the drive and the legs. Big metres being made in this one. Johnson now with the ball. The jink has worked well for him today, and now he comes across to the left. Oh, intercept was there for Gagai, and he was off and running with only Tuivasa-Sheck in pursuit.
Well, again, Sean Johnson looks dangerous every time he has the ball in his hand. He drifts across field. Gagai makes a play at it. Nearly pulls it off. You'll see here Johnson drifts across field, looking sharp, goes for the pass. They had the numbers. And if Gagai can hold on to this, he scores a try down the other end of the field, but unfortunately just knocks it on.
He had a decent piece off it too, didn't he?
And he threw it hard, Johnson, so it wasn't easy for Gagai.
Well, the Warriors scrum feed 20 metres away from the south line. And they've brought everyone over to the open side here. My goodness, it's almost a conventional backline. There's no forwards in the backs. And that doesn't happen these days from a scrum. The Warriors 15 metres from the south line. And now Hiku. Harris's worth has been on show today. Looking for back-to-back tries either side of half-time. Penalty to the Warriors. Well, another 2 takes them out by 12. It's a gift in front if they want it. And Luke has taken the tap. Warriors attacking mindset. Pulu with the ball. 5 away. Pretty sure the Rabbitohs wanted the Warriors to take the shot, to be honest. A foul with it. Determined, Reynolds and Crichton there for Souths. Luke waits. They go out the back for Green. This is Johnson. Then for Harris. Got big in front of Cook. Needed Burgess to come in and help in defence. Luke takes them left. Green steadies. Quick hands, Papali'i here. Tuivasa-Sheck. There's one for Ken Momolo. The Warriors are unlocking a very effective attacking unit here in game number 1.
Well, that's the Warriors for you. Not electing to take the 2 and take it out to 12. Chased the 4 points. Beautiful width from Isaac Luke. So too from Green. Finds Papali'i and Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. A peach of a pass to Momolo, and the Warriors 24 points to 10. Superb pass there from Roger Tuivasa-Sheck.
And this is what we didn't see much of in 2017 from Tuivasa-Sheck, but this ball here is brilliant, and that is what he's capable of doing. On the chest, bullet-like, and the finish again from Momolo.
Well, the difference at the moment between Tuivasa-Sheck and his opposition in Alex Johnson is when they play those sweeping plays out the back, Tuivasa-Sheck turns the corner, he straightens up, he squares up the defensive line, which then makes the defensive line have to collapse and creates the overlap. At the moment, when Johnson gets the football, he's just accelerating and they're allowed to slide. We see here again, the Warriors regrouping.
Get the power, we're going to stand in the middle. Let's go home, mate.
Tuivasa-Sheck there saying, let's go home, let's keep doing what we're doing, let's take the 2 points home.
I don't think I've ever seen him so focused.
I agree.
An air of confidence, an air of belief. That decision to not take the 2 and go for the try and back their own ability to score speaks volumes of where they are at as a group.
They get back in the huddle. They all breathe in unison and then have the address as Johnson's kick unsuccessful. But the margin is 14 points, 31.5 to go. In the second match of our doubleheader here in Perth, fellas, we throw it open to Melbourne and the Bulldogs. We've seen Newcastle come up with a win first up. Tigers upset over the Roosters. Can the Bulldogs, one of your, both your old clubs, fellas,
absolutely
topple Melbourne
of course
tonight?
They can. No doubt, they can.
It wasn't until round 1 this time last season that the Melbourne Storm beat them. 6 times previous to that, the Bulldogs had the upper hand, so they certainly can. And with no Billy Slater in the side, that brings Melbourne right back to the field.
That is coming your way on Fox League on our first Super Saturday for the season. Bunty Afua running it back. He looks like he's really benefited from the off-season. Papali'i is putting in some good minutes. I mentioned his previous matches in first grade have all been off the bench.
Papali'i has been unbelievable. Close to their best for the Warriors.
Remember, he's only 19 years of age. He's the youngest out there for them. Pulu with the ball now. Luke, so far they've resisted using Sam Cook, the backup dummy half off the bench. He's on debut, 24 years of age. He'll be nervously waiting. Now Green for Johnson with time to kick. Can't find the grass though. Intercepted by Johnston. But there's been a lot of sets for the Rabbitohs that they've had to start inside their 20. It's hard work for them.
It is. They need to find something, and they look quite flat at the moment. Obviously, a lack of possession is why, but even now, look at Inglis. He hits it up. There's no support there.
Warriors completion rate is up to 18 of 22 now. Reynolds, cut-out ball for Gagai. We'll see the ball more in his hands. Would be the thinking of Souths fans. Qatar pulled off a pretty good tackle on that last play. Made by Burgess, that's Thomas, and now Reynolds able to run. Kicks, deflection off Qatar. Came the way of Mamalo, and now Tuivasa-Sheck. Warriors, there's a little difference. Start their set outside the 20. Kim Mamalo looking for work. His hero was Manu Vaduve growing up. Kim Mamalo, hang on a second. We call it the Wild West. It's the first sign of it. Doesn't take much to spill over round one, does it? Been waiting for this all summer.
Off we go. Off we go.
Stacey Jones out in the thick of things there.
Greg.
Well, we see that man Lasorne on screen. I think they've been the difference today. The interchange for the New Zealand Warriors came timely for them midway through that first half. The performances of Lasorne, Pulu, this is the incident with Burgess where he gets penalised for added pressure on Mamalo.
Mate, that's silly. Sam's reaction.
And then reacts.
You don't need it. Right, got it. Sorted out. We'll go. Move on.
I think this is a ploy from Sam Burgess. I think he's trying to inspire his teammates here.
Well, he's angry. He's frustrated. Sam's a winner. He's not liking the situation that he finds himself in. His team in right now, and he's always looking for inspiration.
Just remember, this is a Warriors side that lost their last 9 matches of last year. They are 0-9 here in Perth. They won only 1 of 12 matches away from home last year. And now straight through goes Heko. He had Fusatura on the outside that can dive over from 20 metres out. He didn't give it.
He had to pass the footy.
He had to.
Warriors 20 metres away. Pulu now with the ball. And boy, are the Bunnies under pressure. It's like they're in a boiling pot at the moment. Trailing by 14. Green on to Afoa. He's beaten one. Only 8 metres away from the line. The Warriors score next. They could get to 30. Who saw that coming? Green with it. Switch to Johnson. Johnson for Tuivasa-Sheck. There is Solomon Qatar. Trying to stretch out. He has. The strength is on show again. Check it with a bunker.
Let's walk out.
Please confirm your name.
But unless he's a very big fibber, it's going to be another Warriors try.
Does he get the ball down? Qatar.
Yes, he
Well, it
does.
looks like he does.
Solomon Carter's maintained possession.
He sure does. He maintains possession. Is the ball over the line? Looks to be on it. Very close.
Looks like he's maintained possession. Just looking for something from the side to determine that he's got the ball to the line.
Momentum seems to carry him over.
Well, we need to see it in full speed.
Has gone up a try, of course.
You certainly can't determine double movements at this speed.
No, he's bounced forward anyway.
Yep.
He roll it on. Maintains possession and gets the ball to the end goal. We have a decision.
Warriors.
Wow.
28-10, boys.
It's been an exhibition. I mean, Tuivasa-Sheck again. We expected big things a couple of years ago. Well, he has started this season today on fire. And again, his ball-playing ability out the back. He threw the cutout earlier to Mamalo. This one was a short pass to Qatar, but even the set piece off the tap earlier on was unbelievable from Tohu Harris. That pass that he come back with, Nick, was brilliant. This was the result of that.
A lovely set piece. He's been in everything this afternoon, Sean Johnson. It's been a terrific performance. His speed here to get on the outside of the South Sydney defence. So too of Arthur on the outside of Reynolds. And the strength of Carter. Brilliant set piece. Well executed. Look at the leadership here. Isaac Luke really coming to the forefront. And a confident Warriors side well on top here at Optus Stadium.
Well, it was 10-all at one stage in the first half. That is now 4 straight tries to the Warriors. And Johnson for 30 points to 10. Extraordinary scoreline here on Fox League on Super Saturday from Optus Stadium in Perth.
You see that man on screen, Sean Johnson. At times, when he's had to beat the organiser, it's been detrimental to his running game. But today, Blake Green has taken the reins and allowed Sean Johnson to pick his moments. 2 try assists. He has been in everything. He has been superb this evening. And the Warriors are a different outfit when Sean Johnson is in this mood.
Still a long time to go.
Yes.
Still a long time to go, Vossi.
Long-suffering Warriors fans know what you're alluding to, Braith. There's a saying over there, matches don't start until the last 10 minutes.
Turn the page, gentlemen. It's 2018. It's the new Warriors.
Let's not go too early.
5 new recruits on show, and they've had an impact, certainly, in the performance so far. It looks the real deal. It's through 54 minutes of play. And you're right about the bench, boys. Fuller, Pulu and Lasone, Afoa, outstanding. Tohu Harris, what a dynamic he brings to the team. Another good set to follow points, and Johnson with a kick down to Johnston and finding Jennings. But that is textbook stuff for the Warriors, something that's not always said.
That's right. I mean, their sets after tries have been disciplined, controlled. They're kicking into the corners. They're finding the space. They kick chase. They've got plenty of energy. They look fit.
Cameron Murray now out there for South Sydney, taking that hit up. The Rabbitohs Rookie of the Year last season. And this is Cook. Doesn't get away from Luke. Oh, no, that is a big scoring punch, so to speak, for Isaac Luke. He's pitched the ball off Cook. He's having a clear win over his opposite here. Now Hiku with the ball for the Warriors. That possession stat that favoured South 70-30 early is now 55-45 to the Warriors with 25 minutes remaining. There are more points in this Warriors side. Luke for Green, looked right, goes left to Vasicek. I think when he comes to a complete stop, but that's the end of it. 25 from the line. Qatar and Papali'i now up to the 20. Last play, maybe time for a Johnson special. It's Green who's going to provide the kick. Out towards the wing. Fusitu'a doesn't get a challenge at it. And South Sydney have the ball. Down at the South Sydney bench, there's only Heimel Hunt who's still at the fresh troops. 20 points down. I don't know whether you go to the last card in the deck.
Well, they haven't fired a shot, South. And it all started with that error from Semi Burgess early on in this second half.
And that looked line ball from Johnston. They get inside the Warriors half. It's quickly across. You wouldn't call it precision, though. Well, there's still a chance, though. Centre ground. The long pass out to Gagai. And South Sydney trying in this set, trying to use a little bit of width. 5 tackles.
With your foot. Remind him with his foot, Rick.
you go, and with the foot, it's all there for Inglis. As the kick across, dropped there by Crichton as he tried to keep the ball alive, and diffused by the Warriors. Not a whole lot going South Sydney's way, and now more defence for them.
Well, they're searching. They really are, the Bunnies. Looking for answers, but tough when he's being dominated like this.
Luke Noser tries to get away from dummy half. Cook spotted that.
Yep. I'm going to give Isaac Luke a huge rap here. He replicates the New Zealand Warriors in the transformation that they've made over the summer. There are some sides out there. I know it's only round one, but the Warriors have put some sides on notice today, Braith. As you mentioned at half-time, this has been the best performance in the opening round to date. And Isaac Luke, I think it's his best performance in a New Zealand jumper. And he hasn't broken the game open. He hasn't been electric out of dummy half, but he's been controlled in everything he's done. He looks fit. Mark Gasnier touched on his physical condition, and he's making great decisions out of dummy half.
This is Luke. Oh, while the commentators cursed dice, there hasn't been an error from Isaac Luke today also. Here he is going left side, and South Sydney a play the ball penalty for not playing it square for the Warriors. Something finally goes the Rabbitohs' way.
Interesting call. Don't see this too often. Let's have a look. Adam Blair gets up to play. Well, that's a good call. He's played it sideways.
Isaac, let's go.
Very good call.
Nonplussed about it all there, Blair. The kick. Well, if Fusatu was a little further back, he would have snaffled that one. Standing by, of course, at the end of this one for Melbourne and Canterbury. Live here on Fox League. Craig Bellamy v. Dean Pay, the new Bulldogs coach. Matt Cook and South Sydney. Woods, one of the big new recruits. We're talking about star players swapping clubs in the off-season. There's a big addition to the Bulldogs side. Penalty South Sydney. They need to get a wriggle on here. 21 minutes to go. 30 points to 10. Reynolds and Cook. This is Murray. In front of the Warriors posts. Time for Reynolds to put a stamp on it for South. Here's another penalty.
Adam Blair, they penalised a foul, but Adam Blair.
Mate, that's fairly deliberate off a tap. That's tackle one off a tap.
But it's the penalty's about 8-3, and I told you they're holding on. It's 8-3.
I'm not debating the count at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm debating the deliberacy of what's happening. Tackle one, it cleans up.
Yeah.
Understand the message?
Are we watching the hold on?
I'm telling you, clean it up.
Yeah.
Adam Blair, he pulled the leg of the South Sydney player in an uncomfortable position. As we see Tom Burgess.
Well, this is a big chance. This is a big set for the Bunnies right now. Reynolds there for Crichton. And 4 defenders to wrap up the Rabbitohs back rower. Green had hold of the leg. There's another penalty. And it's straight to the sin bin.
Right there, Angus. Right there.
3 in a row. And now Solomon Nakata has been sent to the sin bin. Solomon.
Right there, John.
He's got to leave the field of play. He was going to go over the dead ball line. Now he'll change his angle. That'll slow things down.
Well, they were warned, and it does set a precedent now. A lot of teams do try and slow down the ruck, especially when they have a lead. And they're happy to give away a penalty. But on this occasion, a player has to leave the field for 10 minutes, and it could prove costly.
I want a shot clock on players getting off the field after they've been sin bin. Get off in 5 seconds, and we get it underway. Cook on to Burgess. Against 12 men for the next 10 as we go into the final quarter of this one. Here's Cook. Sam Burgess, Reynolds, here it comes quickly, Johnston, beautiful hands, and South Sydney, just like that they strike. Richard Kinnar scores another one. Rafe, how you feeling?
And again, it's Dane Gagai with beautiful hands. In the first half, nearly exactly the same. Watch him tip this on it, out the back. Johnston, Gagai, quick hands, draws in the winger. Kenner scores the try in the corner. And this is what happens when Dane Gagai gets his hands on the ball. They haven't been able to get it to him too often, but when he has, he's made it count.
Well, it's great recognition from the South Sydney side, recognising that Solomoni Carter, he'd left the field through the infringement and spending time in the sin bin, and they strike straight away. Beautiful hands there from Dane Gagai.
And the conversion attempt from wide out unsuccessful. It is 30 points to 14. Andy on the sideline.
The highlight of Dane Gagai's trip here to Perth. He's brought the lovely better half over and his gorgeous little son. His little son has run rings around the casino floor, and Foyer for the last 48 hours having the time of his life. Dane really settled with this South Sydney group of players, loves Anthony Seibold as a coach, and was super relaxed on club debut this morning.
An intrepid report, Andy Raymond. He'll go anywhere for a story, even a casino floor dedicated to the cause. So soak it up here at Optus Stadium. What a shot here in Perth, this brand new ground. Rugby league for the first time, and with 18:57 left on the clock, it is 16 the difference, and the Warriors down to 12.
I said turn the page. Are we going back, Andrew? Are we going to go?
A little revision. But in the bigger picture too, hallelujah, player sin bin consecutive penalties. Let's keep it up. Oh, South Sydney from the kickoff have had a shocker. Alex Johnston. Wow.
Wow, I can't believe it. A simple catch from the fullback. Just when they got some momentum, a quick kick here.
And back to Thomas Burgess, who had a foot over the dead ball line. So Warriors have the ball 35 metres away. And Bunty Afua with that run. They're probably thinking 30 should be a winning score, but gee, we'd like another.
Even if they don't score here, they're killing 2 minutes of that 10 minutes that Qatar's off the field.
Now Green falls ready for another run with a little bit of footwork through the centre as well. 9 from the South Sydney line. This is Luke. Doesn't pass to Blair. Switches play. Pulu with it. Bench players, a lot of minutes for the Warriors. Great faith from Curdy.
Just need a repeat set here.
Now Luke. Green was a master of that last year. Tuvasicek. Kick is not deep. It had big angle on it, and South Sydney are with it.
Needed to own that moment, Blake Green. That was his chance to step up. Great shot there from Isaac Luke and Dane Gagai. Blake Green, he needed to roll the ball into the end goal there. It's a poor intercept from the New Zealand Warriors.
Rabbitohs away from their own 30 with Jennings, and have to try and exploit that extra man. Off they come. Qatar's side of the ground. Dane Gagai knows it. He wants a lot of touches right now. On the left side, GI's hoping for a bit of ball as well. Reynolds inside. Creighton is through the front line, is offloaded, and the Rabbitohs have lost it. That was an opportunity gone.
Well, they need to make every opportunity count. It was a great ball, inside ball from Reynolds onto Crichton. Crichton probably didn't need to push this last pass. He's seen an opportunity. He gets through the first line of defence. He comes to the fullback, throws the pass. Not a good one.
Some really nice moments today. Adam Reynolds playing nice and direct, challenging the defensive line. You see Sam Burgess there. Absolutely superb, the big man today. Worked really hard in this heat. It's a huge stint. 65 minutes. Round 1.
Yeah, we got him down for 33 tackles, Michael. Top of the count for South Sydney, alongside of Damien Cook. Warriors back in possession. Still that one man short. Papali'i. Pretty sure he has played every minute. What an endorsement from Stephen Kearney of this 19-year-old if he plays the full 80 in the heat of Perth. His first appearance in the starting side. Lingy Sau is back for his second stint in the game. Likewise, James Gavitt. Here is Luke. Steadies it up for Johnson. They lose their way for a moment. Tuivasa-Sheck. They're all walking the Warriors there. With 15 minutes remaining and 16 to the good. Last tackle for them. Johnson. It's a big one out to the wing of Jennings, falling and takes it. He had it under control. And the set starts again on their own 20 for South Sydney. They've completed at 21 of 29 today. Warriors at 25 of 30. Now Nichols for the Bunnies. South's 2 from 2 in the pre-season. Find themselves conceding 30 points in round 1. Now Cameron Murray. Reynolds behind Crichton. Johnston on for Gagai. Dane Gagai is through. The roll, what an intercept.
Johnson was untouched inside.
Ken Mamalo has come up with a ball after Dane Gagai was on the gallop.
He didn't look, Mick.
He didn't look at all. Johnson was screaming on the inside.
Gagai in full flight. Looked good.
See here. Johnson, beautiful ball to show and go from Gagai. He accelerated, blew them away. Look at Johnson on the inside.
Again, not taking the opportunities. When you're behind by 16 points, you need to convert those.
100% right, Braith. Score another one. Mental demons, some baggage for the Warriors. Oh, another 40-20. What a time to kick it for the Warriors. Johnston's had an unhappy few minutes. The kickoff restart. Didn't get the ball for the try there. Now couldn't stop the kick. Going over the sideline. What about the new recruits for the Warriors? What about their impact?
They kicked 5 last year. Look at this. Oh, Johnson makes a meal of it. With a player in the sin bin, this is absolutely perfect from Green as he finds Blair.
30 points to 14. Inside 13 minutes remaining now. Big crowd here at Optus Stadium in Perth. Gavitt puts it down. Hello, Bunnies. They come up with a loose ball. This could be a frantic last 13 minutes as well. Now Reynolds. They will spin the ball to the left side. Inglis. Almost to halfway. Has GI got a big play in him in the final minutes of the match? Now back across. They're using the full width. Burgess contained.
Got to go right.
Yeah, Warriors look weary here, defending in this set. Murray, Reynolds, right has been where they've had the luck. Crichton. Warriors being left behind here.
Tackle 3.
Reynolds is also down, but so too Isaac Luke.
Who was playing the ball, Crichton?
Well, he had to go out the back there, Reynolds. They had numbers. You see there, Solly Monokata with 1.5 minutes remaining in the sin bin. Isaac Luke getting some attention from the Warriors trainer.
Now 20-6 on this Saturday afternoon local time. The next game is Melbourne, the Premiers against the Bulldogs. You'll see it live right here on Fox League. Live pictures coming through from the sheds. Dean Pay. Big day for a club great as head coach. Will it be the new look Bulldogs in 2018? No bigger scalp than Melbourne if they can capture that round 1. Luke's okay here for the Warriors. Sam Cook, though, is ready. He's on the sideline. Qatar, well, he's like the cat on the hot tin roof waiting to come back from the sin bin. In fact, Luke will go from the field. And Sam Cook will come on. His NRL debut at age 24. Well done to Sam. Persistence pays off. 5 years of in-trust Super Premiership. It's a big moment for him. We wish him well. Sam Cook.
The man who replaces Isaac Luke, superb this afternoon. Absolutely superb.
So South Sydney on the resumption. Cook straight away. That's Damien Cook, not Sam. 19 metres away from the line. And all through the hands of Crichton into the clutches of Murray, and then Murray has lost it back into the hands of Crichton. They say that it has gone forward, and look at the Warriors like they've won lotto.
Well, they've been like that all afternoon. The emotion of the Warriors. They've come here to do a job, and they've done just that. It started with Tuivasa-Sheck's tackle in the opening minutes on Alex Johnson. You see Isaac Luke there with his old mate Reggie the Rabbit. Reggie's coming after him. He's been superb. 9 runs.
Nice touch from Isaac as well.
Yeah.
In the heat of battle. It's actually an old fella called Charlie inside the suit. He's an absolute champion of a bloke.
I grew up with Charlie in the South Sydney area. He was at all the games. Been Reggie the Rabbit for a long time now.
How good. Charlie gets the trip west. He stayed over at the casino. One of the great characters of the South Sydney club. The Warriors have the ball with 11 minutes to go and leading by 16. So Hiku takes this run and an offload for Tuivasa-Sheck. They're not shutting up shop, the Warriors. 16 should be enough, but one more score and they put the Rabbitohs to bed. Solomon Qatar is ready to come back on for the Warriors. He's trotted out from the tunnel. 40 from the line. Johnson for Gabbett. Nice little right step as he got to the line. Sam Cook now. Johnson allowed to run again. Sean Johnson. Oh, he's kicked it with a left foot, sadly, for the Warriors. 20-metre restart for South.
He's not his best kick, but still looks dangerous. The speed that he possesses to beat the player in front of him, whoever it may be, a forward, a back. Watch this, gets on the outside. Everyone watches. Dylan Walker Cody Walker can't keep up with him, but the kick just too strong in the end.
I remember playing in an Auckland Nines and seeing Eden Park a lot when Sean Johnson ran the football. No different here. When he accelerated down the side of the field there, the southern end here of Optus Stadium just rose off their feet. South Sydney on the attack through Crichton.
And Solomon Qatar back out there on that left side for the Warriors. 9.5 to go. Oh, the play, the ball's a horror for Crichton. He almost fell over.
Well, it's been the story of the second half. They haven't been the same team. Even though they're behind by 10 points at half-time, they'd been sensational the first half and a little unlucky, the South Sydney Rabbitohs. But this right here, we've seen way too often. It's killed them.
For those fans who may be a little pedantic, he lost control of the football. The drop ball came before the incorrect play the ball, so it's a knock-on rather than a penalty.
The completions, 8 of 15 in the second half for the Bunnies. You will not win with that completion rate.
Welcome to first-grade coaching, Anthony Seibold. Warriors in possession. South fans probably still spitting chips from the disallowed try close to half-time, and it all swung around for the Warriors just a minute or so later. But all in all, the Warriors have been by far the better side. 30 from the line. Green up for Elisau. And that is just outside the 20. Cook now. Sean Johnson, change of direction. Here he goes again. What an entertainer. Sean Johnson to another entertainer. Tuivasa-Sheck. Offloading Blair. Green. The entertainers right across the board here, the Warriors. Great, brilliant attack. 5 away from the line. And this is Johnson off the leg there of Alex Johnston, and I think it was played at.
It was played at for sure.
Yes, indeed. Warriors will get the scrum feed.
What a sight it is, Johnson to Tuivasa-Sheck. Penalty for back chat against the Bunnies.
From over there, giving it to me, that's enough.
Here's Johnson with the kick. It's played out by Johnston. He tried to argue that point, but it was clear. But it looks like Blake Green is the glue that just has brought them together. Because last year we didn't see this. We didn't see Tuivasa-Sheck, Johnson, and at the speed and quality that they have shown tonight. We didn't see it last year, Mick.
Right, they look fit, and you make better decisions when you're fit. Yes, Blake Green, he brings that calmness and composure, and I think you're absolutely spot on. The performances of two of their real strike weapons in Johnson and Luke today have been superb. But right across the board, the athleticism, the energy that they've shown, I think it comes back to their physical condition. They are in every moment at the moment, the Warriors.
And deciding to go for goal for the 18-point lead here, even with the angle. Johnson will take all the time in the world with this shot. Pretty good man to have out in the huddle, isn't it? Stacey Jones.
What a legend.
We'll see every team in the huddle next week. Seems to be working today.
They are on the cusp of ending the drought in Perth.
Couldn't he play, Braith? Stacey Jones. What a player. He was, speaking of natural footballers, when you talk of Cody Walker and the likes, he was just superb, Stacey Jones. Well, great mentor.
He's one of the reasons we have this bloke playing rugby league, Shaun Johnson. You know, in a rugby mad country, this bloke looked up to Stacey Jones, a little bloke excelling at rugby league. Johnson now wears the 7 at the Warriors, just like Stacey. This for an 18-point lead, inside 6 to go. Shaun Johnson nails the kick. What a day for the Warriors. They are destroying some demons here today. 32-14 they lead.
There's been a few upsets already. First round of the competition in 2018. We've seen plenty of upsets, Mick, and again,
Super Saturday break. Super Saturday at its best.
what's next?
Can the Dogs beat the reigning premiers?
Geez, they're hard to beat, Melbourne. They're hard to beat.
Well, everyone thought South Sydney were morals coming here today as well. And the Roosters at ANZ Stadium earlier. It just shows that you've got to turn up on the day.
Newcastle against Manly.
I'm told plenty of fans still outside the ground too that are going to come in for the second course, if you like, of rugby league here tonight at the new stadium. Now Tuivasa-Sheck with the ball.
Surrender!
Only played the 7 matches in his first year with the club in 2016 because of the knee injury. Missed only 1 game last year. But he's made a very promising start to 2018 here. All Warriors fans hoping they really finish off the game as well. And then head to their game against the Titans next week at Mount Smart, a club that they're on a real winning streak against. The Titans are their buddy
At home.
And the Rabbitohs next week you will see on Super Saturday against the Panthers at Penrith. Now Blair, and the ball turned over. Rabbitohs have it.
Won't that be a game on Fox League tomorrow afternoon? Arch rivals, the Panthers, up against the Eels. James Maloney in his first afternoon. Jared Hayne back for the Parramatta Eels. What an afternoon it will be.
40 from the line. John Sutton. His boots like hazard lights. They stand out here. 30 away from the line. Rabbitohs now down to that sad end where you're playing for pride. Cook takes off and offloads. Inglis, a good old bump on the Hiku there, and gets up and runs. That has been called the play.
Ball's on the ground, he's on your back.
Well, he wanted to go to the video. I don't think that's how it works. The ref has to make that signal. So South Sydney set up on the right-hand side. And the kick has turned Ken Mamalo around, and he'll take no chances. Composure from the Warriors there. At 32-14.
And I think a challenge for the South Sydney Rabbitohs, having their superstars like Inglis and Gago on the edges and out wide, is getting them quality ball, giving them opportunities. And so far this evening, they've been few and far between, haven't they, Mick?
They certainly have. The Warriors have been sensational. So resilient on their try line tonight defensively. We saw Heimel Hunt there on your screen. He hasn't come into the occasion here at Optus Stadium. For South Sydney, he's been on the bench all afternoon.
Line line drop out just inside the shot clock time, as George Burgess will bring it back for South Sydney. Big run from George. 22 from the line. Cook to Walker. On for Sutton. Doing a little bit of a move on the defence. You can see just the 3 tries the Warriors here today. A team that more often than not conceded 20 or more last season. Oh, that's nice stepping. A late try for the footballer that is Cody Walker. Play what's in front of you, and that's what he did right there with 2.5 to go.
Absolutely love this gentleman when he runs the football. Cody Walker, so instinctive. Look at this, sells it beautifully. Lovely fend there on Gavette. Takes on 2 of Arsashek. All too little too late for South Sydney, but he's shown enough signs that he is in for another incredible season. Cody Walker, 2 tries this evening here. Real live wire for the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Reynolds rushing his kick here.
First try double of the career for Cody Walker. As Reynolds converts, that's one of the few highlights for South. A day where Adam has gone past 1,000 career points. 32 to 20. And now we are even closer to the Bulldogs against Melbourne. Let's see what Dean Pay's team have against Craig Bellamy's Premiers. Coming your way on Fox League from Optus Stadium. This big, bold new stadium. It's a couple of big matches first up. Canterbury 2 from 2 in pre-season trials. One of them where they fielded an understrength side, beating Penrith. Also got over the Canberra Raiders. It's Reynolds on the South Sydney list of all-time point scorers. So back comes George Burgess. Into the final passage of play we go. At 32 to 20. And Souths with Crichton. And now Cook. And Burgess able to offload. It'll be a disappointing trip back home for South, but it's on again next week. It's just round 1. Crichton with it. Good fend on Harris. Up to the final minute of play. The Rabbitohs. Cook to keep it going. Oh, gee, they'd like to go back and play the 10 minutes where Qatar was in the sin bin. They scored 1 try, but they squandered another couple of chances. Could have been different the final 5 or 10 minutes of this one. Plenty of ball movement here. Sam, I think, was thinking about a kick through there. The ball has ended up on the deck, and the Warriors know now it is very much mission accomplished. And the Warriors will have the scrum feed, but I think both teams would be happy just to say that'll do us. The call of let's go might fall on deaf ears. South aren't going to stop the clock. There's 17 seconds on the scrum clock. And there's inside 17 on the game clock. The two sets of teams just look at each other and say, how you been? What do you got planned tonight? The ball men in yellow, they've lost control of the last 30 seconds because the Warriors have won. And they've done so in impressive style. They've also ended a 9-game losing streak in Perth. They first came here in 1996. And 22 years later, they have their first win. It's a good one. 6 tries to 4. The Warriors have beaten South Sydney by 32 points to 20.